1. The Falling Tortoise incident. Back in the year 455 BC, in Gela, Sicily, a Greek playwright, Aeschylus, was walking outdoors. Now, according to legend, he had been warned by an oracle that he would die from a falling object. To avoid this, he decided to stay out in the open, believing a roof collapse was the real threat. Irony, meet fate. While walking outdoors, an eagle flying overhead was carrying a tortoise. Eagles use the strategy of dropping tortoises onto rocks to crack their shells for a meal. Tragically, the eagle, perhaps mistaking Aeschylus's bald head for a perfect shiny rock, dropped its hard-shelled payload. The tortoise struck the playwright, killing him instantly. A playwright famous for tragedies, taken out by a bird's lunch. You truly can't make this up. 2. The Erfurt Latrine disaster. In 1184 AD, King Henry VI of Germany called a great court meeting known as a Hoftag in the city of Erfurt. The goal was to settle a land dispute, and nobles from across the Holy Roman Empire crowded into the church where it was held. So many princes, counts, and bishops stood on the upper floor that the old wooden beams couldn't hold the weight. The floor suddenly collapsed. The nobles crashed down into the level below, which also gave way. But instead of landing on solid ground, they fell into a huge underground pit used as a giant toilet, a place where the waste of the whole community was collected and left to rot. Over 60 nobles drowned in that foul pit. Chroniclers of the time, such as Arnold of Lubeck, recorded the disaster and even listed the names of several who died. King Henry VI himself was one of the few who survived, having been standing in a stone window niche. 3. The umbrella disaster. In 1999, a strange story began circulating out of Bonn, Germany. It was said that a local street performer, known for daring stunts, had taken sword swallowing to bizarre extremes. Beyond swords, he supposedly managed to swallow long balloons, metal rods, and even umbrellas. One day, during a performance, he decided to test his limits. He picked up a folded umbrella and slowly slid it down his throat. But then, disaster struck. He accidentally pressed the release button on the handle. The umbrella snapped open while still inside him. The performer collapsed on the spot. The tale spread quickly, even earning a mention in the infamous Darwin Awards. Yet, here's the twist. No one has ever proven it to be true. In fact, professional sword swallowers later dismissed the story, calling it impossible. After all, could a folded umbrella really fit down the human throat? 4. Suffocation from cloaks and hats. Our next story proves that even immense popularity can be dangerous. Meet Draco of Athens, a lawmaker in the 7th century BCE, so famous for his extremely harsh legal codes that the adjective draconian is still used today. Ironically, he died from too much love, not too much law. When Draco later went to the city of Aegina, people welcomed him like a hero in a theater. In ancient Greece, it was a tradition to show respect by throwing cloaks, hats, and robes onto someone. But in Draco's case, the crowd overdid it. So many clothes were thrown on him that he was buried under them and couldn't breathe. He died before anyone could help. Think about that. A man known for punishments as harsh as death was killed not by an enemy, but by the clothes of his admirers. A strange ending, though most sources are still not sure if he really died that way. 5. The tragic slip. Now, for a true testament to the chaos of the human body, in 16th century Austria, a man named Hans Steininger, the burgomaster or mayor of Braunau, had one very distinct feature: a beard that measured over 4.5 feet long. Normally, Hans kept his magnificent trailing beard neatly rolled up and tucked away in a leather pouch. It was a local legend. Unfortunately, on a fateful day in 1567, a massive fire broke out in the town of Braunau am Inn. In his haste and panic to escape the burning building, Hans forgot his usual routine. His long, unrolled beard snaked out behind him. As he hurried down a set of stairs, he tripped on his own beard, falling and instantly breaking his neck. The proof? This is no folktale. Hans Steininger's beard, which was cut off and preserved, is still on public display in a glass case at the Herzogsburg Museum in Braunau am Inn, Austria. Local records from the time documented the spectacular fire and the bizarre, tragic end of their bearded mayor. A simple oversight, amplified by an extraordinary piece of human anatomy. From a single tortoise dropping out of the sky, to a tragic drowning in a latrine, these stories remind us that fate often has the darkest, most unexpected sense of humor. Which of these bizarre deaths shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments below. If you found this exploration into history's craziest moments fascinating, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.